Hi everyone, I'm Klaudia and I am your art officer here at IT Carlow. We've decided to put together a little video for Christmas crafts and how you can use inexpensive items that you may have around home or from stores to use them to create DIY projects for presents for yourself, family members and others who you care about. So we are going to begin by laying out our newspaper to get a bit of a space to protect the surface. The first thing that I'd like to introduce to everyone is the Christmas card, the DIY. This is probably one of the most fun projects you could do. It's easy, it's cheap, and it really comes from the heart, and people will really appreciate a sweet DIY rather than something store-bought. I'm going to start by just wetting this card. By the way, try to use a better quality hard paper which will not fall apart with water. So you can do that by just wetting the surface. Make sure paper absorbs a little bit. And I'm actually gonna go in with some watercolors paints. You can get these at really any stores that supply art crafts. You can get them in the likes of Mr. Price, Range, Deals. I will also be using acrylic paints, which I will show you very soon. So since this is a Christmas card, I think I might go with a bit of red for a nice background. And what I'm going to do is give it a few squeezes and start, because our page is already wet and we're using watercolors, this color is going to spread very nicely across and give us a base. So you can do whatever you really like with this. There is no restrictions. It's really up to you and your imagination. I like to, be kind of abstract with my crafts and trying to just make something different. So don't be afraid of different brush strokes. Don't be afraid of, not having it perfect, because it's not about the perfection. It's more so about something that's coming from you directly. So I'm just going to give this a spread. And I'm actually going to go in with a bit more color here. So we'll do splashes of yellow. Wet the brush a bit to get more of a cleaner smudge. And as you begin to work these paints together, you will notice that you might have a lot of different combinations, you might have different shades, different outcomes. Don't be afraid of that. Just honestly give it a go and see what you can come up with. The worst case scenario, start again. So we're getting a bit of this on. And I'm gonna go in with white in, that needs to be opened. A little bit of white. And now I'm just gonna go for a slightly bigger, flatter brush, and I will just use that to literally tap around and go for a more abstract shape. Again, this is completely up to you. It's up to you to decide what you want to do on it. It can be Christmas trees, it can be Santa Claus, whatever it is that you think will make people happy. Don't be afraid of it. And now, the thing I really like to do is find yourself an object. It could be anything really. I'm using these felt hearts that you can buy in any kind of craft store. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use some acrylic paint and spread it on the back of it. So this will be our printing stencil. So just to show you, we're going gonna spread it all around the heart. That's an acrylic paint, so it should be much easier to work with rather than watercolors, which can be very tricky. I'm just gonna spread it around nice and evenly. Try to coat it as best as you can to make sure you get a nice even print. And what we can do from this point is literally stick on. Let the paint press in. A couple of seconds and peel off. It didn't come out quite perfect, but you can get the basic idea of it to try perhaps different objects, different mediums. You could even spray paint lace and anything like that that you might have lying around. I'm just going to try that one again to see what we can get here. I will do this and really press it on. I might actually get a tissue. And use the tissue to help press down on it. Make sure to get that shape you're looking for. And again, peel. Now, so once you get something like this going on, you can really start experimenting. I know this is not the most perfect or beautiful card you could perhaps make, but when you think about it, if it's something that comes from you, especially to your family members or whoever else that you'd like to gift, I think they would really appreciate it. Another way of working around this is actually by trying to make using the shape to create different items. So actually I'm going to attempt a very quick Christmas tree here, just on the back to show you what way we can work around it. Make sure it's covered again, nice and even. And we will start up here. And we give that a press. Okay, just a little, make sure to really press it into the corners, depending on what you're working with. I'm working with felt here, so that's why it needs, I suppose, a very nice even coat. But just to give you an idea, we have this, and I'm gonna do one more. Just one more, spread it around. Got the stencil. And now we go a little under. Same thing, press it evenly. Make sure paint is getting onto the page. Lift, and it should have a nice cute design. And very last layer, just to really finish it off and almost make it look like a Christmas tree. I will spread it once more. And boom. Here we go. And one more press. And lift. Once you get anything like this going on, it's up to you, I suppose, as well, to use your imagination, get a marker, go over these lines, you know, enhance that it is truly a tree, go over the hearts, write your message, and I think you can really create beautiful and heartfelt designs.